Hello. Good evening. Good evening. I actually have a short little story here. That even it's a little hard to believe, but believe it or not, it's actually quite a true story. Shout out to Grizzly True Crime for this. Let's get into it.
Please note that this content is for adults only. Viewer discretion advised. If you haven't yet, hit the subscribe, like, and share. Hello everyone and welcome back to another live stream with me, Gizella K. This is Grizzly True Crime and today's case takes us to Florida and Kentucky. And it's quite a case. I mean, imagine if the police show up at your door 42 years later. You're 46 years old, imagine, and they say, hey, by the way, you're not who you think you are and you're actually a missing person. What? How long have I been missing?
Tap screen, please.
Wow.
Please tap screen.
This case is like, oh my goodness. I'm just glad as well that it's a case
Tap
with
screen, please.
It's a happy ending, right? I mean, the truth has come out and all of that, so interesting. I look forward to learning the details with you as we go on. Today I'm going to share everything that we know so far. I'm hoping to at some point get hold of the police interview if there was one. I don't know if this woman lawyered up immediately or what, but I do want to show you this, where it all started for me. A bunch of you sent me this and I'm like, the heck is going on here? So let's check it out.
Hello. Hey.
How you doing, Miss Sharon?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good.
Now pay attention.
For you, Sharon. They don't want me. They want Reggie. What's up?
Well, we're here for you, ma'am. Definitely here for you.
Well, why?
We're waiting on the detective to get here, but we have, with all the information that we do have, you have a warrant for arrest.
They're teasing. They have to.
Ma'am, we're not. We'll go back up.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, you're okay.
I'm so sorry.
Okay, go ahead and go. Thank you.
Shame, that friend. That friend thought this was all a prank, like a joke. Like, they're coming for you, Sharon. Now, what I want to say is this woman's real name is not Sharon, it's Debra Newton, and she was hiding her daughter for 42 years. And
Y'all heard that
people
right.
that know her.
Y'all heard that right. Hid with her daughter for 42 years. Y'all heard that right. It gets crazier. Let's keep going.
And love her, know her as Sharon Nealy, including her new husband, who's a former police officer. He's like, wait, what? Your name is not...
Now, did y'all hear that? She took her child and left the guy she was with. Even the guy she's been married to ever since she left her child's father, who this woman just said is a former police officer, didn't even know that his wife was a fugitive. Let's keep listening.
Sharon Nealy? Her friends. Your name is not Sharon Nealy. What do you mean? Yeah. Okay, so keep going, yeah?
I don't understand.
Yes, ma'am. So, Sharon, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to put you in handcuffs, okay?
Can I take my dog in and get my husband?
We'll get the dog. Go ahead and get your husband, and we'll get your dog taken care of.
Leash for now? She's
Welcome. Tap the screen, please. Tap the screen, please.
I promise I will not hurt your dog under any circumstances. I'm going to be right here with your dog. If you're ever going to publish it, please.
6370 for the station.
I didn't do anything.
33, gentlemen.
Oh, but you did, right? So this was, you can see the date on top there, the 24th of November of 2025. Today's date is the 20th of December of 2025. And a lot has happened in 42 years as they searched for this woman.
They get your watch where it's going to pinch you or anything.
Let him go because I don't have it.
They don't know what they're doing.
Well, you guys might not tell me something what's going on. She has a warrant. All the information that we have. Order arrest. Well, I'm going to wait on the detective who can come explain to you just everything in just 1 second, okay? Here, do that real quick. Location on 371. I'm just what's going on, Sharon?
I don't know anything.
I'll have the detective come talk to you in just 1 second, okay? I gotta make a phone call.
Wait a minute. I didn't see this part. Her husband's a black guy? Didn't expect that. But okay. Look like she got a black husband.
I understand you're middle of your driveway. If you want to just step by the truck, that's fine too. Yeah, in the shade. Just give me 1 minute.
Is that?
That's
Your husband there.
10-12.
Oh, he is black. Okay.
Need a hand? That's all right. You can do that. Just,
And that's the end of that clip. Whoa, so let's get into what on earth is going on here, because I needed to know more, and I'm thinking you might, if you didn't see that, you might want to know more too, right? I was like, tell me everything. I want to know everything about what's going on here. Okay, Michelle Marie Newton was born on October 5th of 1979 in Louisville, Kentucky, to Joseph and Debra Newton. And she was born as Michelle Newton. Her nickname was Shelly. Her father last saw her on April 2nd of 1983 when she was 3 years old.
Dang. He ain't seen his child since 83. Now, I don't really tell my business or anything like that. This child was 5 years old in 83. I myself was not born till 86. So do the math. That this man has not laid eyes upon his own child. Pay attention.
She's 46 years old today and has just learned that she was abducted by her mother and is reunited with her father. Now, I was like really confused. What do you mean abducted by her mother? What does that mean? Was the mother and father, were they married? How could you be abducted? But then they say abducted by her non-custodial mother, and that's a whole, we don't know why. We don't know why the father had full custody of her and not the mother and all of that. But okay, we're going to get into some of that. In April of 1983, Debra, the woman you just saw, that's Sharon Nealy, Debra, right? Okay, so this is a picture of her from back then. So in April of 1983, Debra told her husband Joseph that she wanted to relocate to Georgia to begin a new job and prepare a new home for the family. Now apparently he was applying for jobs in Georgia, and so she made up this reason that she's gonna start preparing for when he arrives. But it turns out he never arrived in Georgia either. It seems like he just stayed in Kentucky. So there's a lot of questions that I'm sure we all will still have even after everything we know so far. But anyway, Debra did not have custody of Michelle. It was actually Joseph that had full custody of their child for unknown.
Why did she not have custody?
She'd already left with Michelle, with her 3-year-old daughter. So the wife is basically saying, I don't know, on the phone or whatever, just say, hey, I'm thinking of moving to Georgia and setting up home in the meantime and a job and everything, okay? And that was like a talk. It wasn't like, I'm leaving tomorrow. But when he got home from work, gone. Wife gone, 3-year-old daughter gone, and he had full custody of the daughter. So he filed a missing persons report. This missing persons case has been ongoing for 42 years. It became a cold case, right? However, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children has been sharing regularly updates missing persons in America, sharing, right? The case has always been around. It just really lost a lot of traction. So, police thought it was possible at some point that Michelle was in Clayton County, Georgia, but leads ran dry and the case went cold. Unbelievable. And wait till you hear how they find them, right? So Joseph was supposed to go with them to Georgia, but Debra Newton left early with their daughter. He told WLKY in 1986.
Okay, I'm here.
The last time he spoke to his wife was sometime between 1984 and 1985. He told the outlet he never heard from her again. That's also weird. Like, okay, so Debra kind of went on the run with a 3-year-old, but yes, she would call in every now and then. She would maintain contact every now and then. Isn't that a little bit confusing, right?
Weird.
Okay, but he was
whatever.
playing it cool, like, what are you doing? Where are you guys, right? And she's just checking in with him here and there, right? So, Sharon said if she's married to the daughter's father, then the second marriage would be bigamous. I was also wondering about how is she, did she get divorced and all of, there's so many questions, right? Because she got remarried in Florida, living under this new name. Now, in 1983, I looked into this a bit because I'm really confused if they were married.
Tap screen, please.
Full custody? How could she not have custody? Okay, so in 1983, my research shows that it was common in many U.S. jurisdictions, including Kentucky, for one parent to hold primary legal custody in situations involving marital disputes, separation or informal agreements, even if the couple was still legally married. While no sources confirm a formal divorce or court-ordered custody decree between Debra and Joseph prior to the abduction, the legal classification of Joseph as the custodial parent suggests either that there was a mutual implied agreement within the marriage that Joseph held primary responsibility for Michelle's care, possibly due to Debra's planned role in relocation, like setting up the new home, or a pre-existing legal determination, possibly informal or undocumented in public records, granting Joseph custody, perhaps amid tensions or disputes not detailed in reports. So we don't know. I'm hoping at some point we'll know, because I want to know. When things like this happen, I'm like, but then what happened? So look, they were like missing persons flyers, renewed regularly as well. The picture on the right was an age progression photo that the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children made. Top right is a photo of when Michelle was still very young with her father in the background. And this flyer, you could see it says Michelle Newton, Louisville, Kentucky, last seen April 2nd, 1983. Age now 45, so now she's 46. Height 4 foot, weight 50 inches, feet, 50 inches. Is that right? We don't use that. We use meters here and centimeters. But anyway, the point is, wow, shame. That's all they had is this picture from when she was 3. No updates. So clearly, Sharon Nealy, Debra Newton, wasn't very active clearly then on social media. She was really keeping a low profile. No one knows exactly how she ended up there in Florida. Started a whole new life. I wonder what she was doing. Like, was she working? What was she doing? Or did she like find a husband and then lay low? I don't know. But they said she was abducted by her non-custodial mother, Debra Lee Curry Newton, who may have taken her to the Clayton County, Georgia area. A 1983 photo of Debra is posted on the right with an age-progressed photo of Michelle to age 42. Debra's date of birth is November 10th of 1959, making her 23 years old at the time of Michelle's disappearance. She's described as Caucasian, 5'2" tall, 130 pounds, with sandy brown hair and blue eyes. She may use the last name Hartman. Okay, so people even thought maybe she's using that last name. A different one. A warrant was issued for Debra's arrest for custodial interference, but in 2005 the warrant was mistakenly cancelled. Oh my. Okay, Michelle remains a missing child. However, there's been no indication of her whereabouts since 1983. Michelle's nickname is Shelley. Michelle was 3 years old at the time of her disappearance. And the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office has been, the lead agency in this case this whole time, right? Thank you so much, Grumpy Bunny, for being a member for 36 months. So, wow. It's just like cases like this are so shocking, and really if you see something, say something. That's what this comes down to, So sometime between 1984 and 1985, a final phone call occurred between Debra and Joseph Newton, according to the sheriff's office. Then both mother and daughter vanished. A custodial interference indictment warrant soon followed. Debra was indicted for custodial interference and was wanted on an FBI unlawful flight to avoid prosecution list. At one point, Debra was on the FBI's top 8 most wanted parental kidnapping fugitives. That's hectic. FBI couldn't find her either? Damn, she hid really well, hey? No, I know technology caught up. It's not like there were cameras everywhere then, or, you know, it wasn't quite the same. But people found her eventually. Just turned 42 years. Wow. So in 2000, Michelle's case was dismissed when the Commonwealth of Kentucky could not reach her father. Apparently, that's where they say it was mistakenly cancelled at some point. In 2005, Michelle was removed from the National Missing Child databases. And then in 2015, a family member prompted detectives to re-examine the case. So it was reopened and re-indicted in 2016. Thank goodness that family member also kept on, you know, saying, no, we need to keep looking for her. We can't just give up. So the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children actually posted on October 6th of 2024. Today, NCMEC is sadly highlighting Michelle Newton's 45th birthday. On April 2nd of 1983, Michelle vanished from Louisville, Kentucky, when she was just 3 years old. Michelle's whereabouts remain unknown to this day, and we have not given up hope.
Tap screen, please.
NCMEC created this age-progressed image showing what Michelle may look like today. So I put a photo of her. Right, there's the one of the child, and then the one where they said today. On the right is how she looks now. It's pretty close, right? It's not bad. These age progression photos could help, and I think it may have helped.
I have a flash goal here.
We don't know that.
If you can, please contribute to the goal, please.
Debra as Sharon Nealy, and was like, I think I've seen this woman that you're looking for, and called it in. So, yeah, they have been posting regularly and making these age progression photos, and I do think it helps. What do you think? Do you think it helps? So, she was arrested in the Villages, Ocala, Florida, on November 24th of 2025, and is 66 years old now. She was living under a new name with a new husband at the time of her arrest, Sharon Nealy. So you saw that body cam. If you missed the beginning of the stream, don't worry, you can see it. We'll probably look at it again, because then after you know all this, we'll watch it just one more time, okay? So she was charged with custodial interference. There's no statute of limitations, which is why the case can be prosecuted decades after the alleged offense. She was extradited to Kentucky, arraigned on December 9th of 2025, and entered a not guilty plea. And then she was released on bond. So they say a relative posted bond. They also said this relative drove to Kentucky to help her post bond. So I would think that would be the new husband. And also, when she was arraigned, her daughter was in the courtroom, as was her ex-husband. Oh, is she divorced from him now officially? Does she have two husbands now? You know what I mean? Joseph Newton was in the courtroom. And her daughter, wow, can you imagine? There's so many people that must be so shocked right now. Like, wait, what happened? So how was she found? A Crime Stoppers tip led police to track down Sharon Nealy, Debra Newton. This is now, Colonel Healy said in a statement, people think calling it tips is snitching. It isn't. You're helping victims. You're helping families. This case proves that one phone call can change a life. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. See something, say something. And who knows along the way, people had seen Debra Newton and Michelle and be like, I wonder, maybe I should call that in. Nah, not gonna. Do it. Call it in. You just never know. This changed everything. And it's never too late, right? Let's see. Foley's Farmstead said, I wonder if Debra's family knew where they were. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, like, where's her family, right? Debra's family. Like, or was she, like, estranged from everyone? I don't know. It's interesting, right? So, the tipster allegedly recognized Debra as a woman who was living in the Villages in Florida. Debra had remarried, was using that name Sharon Nealy, as we said. And Michelle, who was raised under another name, had no idea that she had been missing, because she was only 3 when her non-custodial mother, but biological mother, abducted her. Now, they say when Crime Stoppers tip identified the woman as a possible match, a U.S. Marshals Task Force detective compared a recent photo to a 1983 image of Debra. And a Jefferson County detective confirmed the resemblance, the release said. Authorities collected DNA from Debra's sister. So there you go, Debra's sister. So did Debra's sister, did they just think she just went missing? Is that what it was? Did everyone think they just went missing or what? Okay, so they tracked down her sister. They got her DNA, and it showed a 99.9% match to the woman in Florida. Wow. Oh my goodness. So yeah, that is interesting. She must be so shocked as well that they found her all this time. She must have thought she's in the clear. When police arrived at her door, Michelle said they told her, You're not who you think you are. You're a missing person. You're Michelle Marie Newton. Imagine that shock. I've got a clip for you to show you. This is her now. Okay, are you ready? So we'll go back to our presentation right after this. Here she is. Here she is. Shame.
This is Michelle today. Did you see the video of your mom's arrest?
That was heartbreaking. That's my mom. I don't think anybody wants to see their mom put in handcuffs, and I prefer not to have to watch it again.
The search for little Michelle was a big news story back then. Flyers were mailed to 53 million homes, and the FBI listed her mother at number 8 on the agency's parental abductions most wanted list. As recently as last year, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children created this age progression poster of how Michelle might look as an adult. For all these years, Michelle's family in Louisville, Kentucky never gave up hope that they would find Michelle. Every Christmas, they would put gifts under the tree for her. It was a tip to Crime Stoppers that finally led cops to the accused runaway mom after more than 40 years. Debra?
42 years later. You know what really sucks? Is there was no reward. There's no reward for this. So the tipster is not getting a reward for calling in that tip. This is one of those cases where you really wish there was. Right? Shame. I'm so proud of this person. I wonder if they're watching. If they're watching, know the Grizzlies are very proud of you. See something, say something. Murray said, I like happy endings. Great Christmas story, right?
Yeah, I think so.
These, am I right?
Great Christmas story.
Get very, very heavy.
Tap the screen, tap the screen, tap the screen, please.
Newton's arrest
Please
took
tap the
place in the
screen.
Villages, the famous Florida retirement community outside Orlando.
I don't know what they're doing.
She has remarried. Her husband, Reggie, is a retired cop and is said to be stunned to learn that his wife is an alleged FBI fugitive. What's going on, Sharon?
I don't know anything.
Her arrest led to an emotional reunion between Michelle and Joseph Newton, the father she had not seen since she was 3.
Over the last few weeks, it just feels like everything's been flipped upside down.
You have since discovered that your dad is out there. You have siblings. You met them.
My dad and I have step-siblings, which, yeah, I've tons of cousins, aunts, and uncles. I have an amazing family.
The suspected runaway mom is charged with felony custodial interference. She was released on $35,000 bail and has pleaded not guilty.
Okay, so damn, we have that. All right, now let's go back to our presentation here. I've got more clips to show you, and we'll rewatch that body cam as well. So when police arrived at her door, they'll say, they're like, hi, you're a missing person. You're not who you think you are. You're Michelle Marie Newton. Michelle realized her true identity and family history and decided to contact the sheriff's office. She says she did not realize that she was a victim and had been living under a different name and in a different state. The sheriff's office then helped Michelle reunite with her dad, Joseph. I think that's amazing as well, that the sheriff's office stepped up and helped her find her dad and reunite with him, right? Debra will next be in court on January 23rd of 2026. Michelle said, my intention is to support them both through this and to navigate and help them both just wrap it up so that we can all heal. Don't you think that is an incredibly mature, amazing response to all of this? Like, Michelle's like, okay, well, my mother must have had her reasons. Shame, my poor dad, she's so happy to be reunited with him. And she's like, okay, my intention is to support them both through this. Yeah, try to navigate and help them both. Just wrap it up so we can all heal. That is just, wow. So the Chief Deputy Colonel Steve Healy also said they keep saying in every article in a news release, I'm going to give you homework. Please find me that news release. And I mean the full one. They just keep quoting. This is what they quote. This is the news release. I've looked everywhere. On the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office, Kentucky website, Facebook page, X page, everywhere, every article. Give me the full statement, man. Don't just tease us with said in the news release. Where's your press conference? Okay, sorry. I do have a little clip, though. But they say this is the kind of case you see once in your law enforcement career. Detectives refuse to let the trail go cold. Their work and the courage of a Crime Stoppers tipster brought a daughter home to her family after 4 decades. I just think that's so amazing. I'm just so relieved as well. I mean, still, as we say, there's so many questions. But this cold case, it was a cold case for so long. The missing persons case, closed, solved after 42 years. Why? Because someone called in a tip. Not thinking, oh, it's probably too late, or they probably know, or they probably looked into everything. No, they were like, yeah, I think I spot this Debra Newton. Yeah, I'm going to call her in. Wow. Feedmaster said, so we don't know why. We don't know why. We don't know why she went on the run, why she left, unless she, I don't know, maybe she just wanted a new life. How do we know? We don't know, and I don't want to assume anything bad, because I do know people do that. So I'm going to quickly, before I show you more clips, show you this. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, this one.
Tap screen, tap screen,
this
tap
is from
screen,
Spectrum
please.
News, and
Tap
if I just go
tap
here,
screen.
just hold on 1 second, I want to zoom in so that you can actually see what the heck is going on here. That was too small. Okay, authorities opened a custodial kidnapping investigation. Debra was indicted on custodial interference. They said seeing a daughter that hasn't seen her father since she was 3, and a father who hasn't seen his daughter since she was 3. Our detectives just kept working with it, said Steve Healy, JCSO Chief Deputy Colonel. Once among the FBI's 8 most wanted parental kidnapping fugitives, Debra Newton was able to stay ahead of law enforcement. With no leads, the case stalled. By 2000, the JCSO said charges were dismissed when the Commonwealth was unable to reach Michelle's father. Michelle was removed from the National Missing Child Database in 2005, and despite those setbacks, members of Michelle's extended family continued pushing for answers, which is amazing. I'm so glad they did. Their persistence led to the case being reopened in 2015 and an indictment against Debra being refiled in 2016. Healy said it wasn't until a Crime Stoppers tip identifying a woman living under an alias that matched Debra Newton's description that they had the break they needed. That was a vital piece of this case, Healy said. We were able to locate the lady that fled with her child and kept this little girl away from seeing her father. Then, 2 weeks ago, Michelle Newton came home to police at her door with the unimaginable news. They said, we need to do a DNA test. You are not who you think you are. And she said, that's going to stick for the rest of my life. Michelle traveled to Kentucky, where she was reunited with her father and extended family who had been searching for decades to find her. She said it was tough to watch and hear some of what they've gone through over the past few years, she said. The ups and downs and thinking they found me and then realizing they didn't. All the stuff that was missed over time. Books and briefcases and boxes of the letters, the photos, the money and time that was spent. They just never gave up. I realized not all these stories have a good ending, so I'm just truly grateful that ours does. She said it's difficult to navigate through this situation. She said, I did normal things that kids do, roller skating, dance recitals. There was nothing I was ever really lacking. I'm fiercely protective of both sides of the coin. She says, this is the daughter now, okay? Welcome, Joe Drive. In defense of both of them. My dad was never abusive. He didn't do this. My mom was never a drug addict or this horrible person. She did what she thought was right. There's a third part of that equation that just isn't my story to tell. Because custodial interference crimes in Kentucky have no statute of limitations, the JCSO reinstated charges against Debra Newton. She voluntarily appeared in court after her family posted bond in Kentucky, and she's expected back in court for her next hearing in late January. So, you see, my point is, the daughter herself is clearing the horrible social media rumors up, you know what I mean? Because people jump to conclusions. And I think that would be really unfair to say things like that about strangers, about the dad, like, oh yeah, he was probably abusive or whatever it is, like she probably had a reason. We don't know that. She was 23 years old, right, when she went on the run with her 3-year-old daughter. Maybe she just wanted a new life. Maybe she just, I don't know. We don't know what it is.
Yeah, we don't know.
Just not fill in the blanks, you know? Okay, so now I want to show you a couple more clips here. Here is one of them as well.
I have known for a long time that something was not right, but I've never really had answers to that story.
That's Michelle, right? Who was last seen when she was 3 by her father.
Kentucky authorities say Michelle was just 3 years old when Mom Debra told her then-husband Joe she was taking Michelle to Georgia, where she had gotten a new job and a home for the family. But when Joe went to meet them, the two had vanished.
There's been a lot of stories over the years, and I'm sure that my mom has always had her reasons for maybe not wanting to speak. I think we've all had points in our life where we've even made a choice or made a decision that, especially when you're 21, 22, and you don't feel like you have any resources or anyone to go to help you out of that. I think she really tried to do the best she could with the choice that she made.
Over the years, the trail grew cold, despite Debra at one point being listed on the FBI's top 8 most wanted parental kidnapping fugitives. Following Debra's recent arrest, Michelle was able to reunite with her father for Thanksgiving and says she doesn't hold any resentment towards her mother.
I think there's a lot of healing that's got to happen between my mom and I. And she has an opportunity to connect with family that's missed her more than she realizes.
Yep. Shame. Okay. So here we go as well. We've got this one too. Wait. Yeah. Okay.
Well, when the tip came in, it says they recognized this lady on the social media post as being a person who was wanted out of Kentucky.
That tip was the last piece that ended a cold case from more than 4 decades ago and reunited a father and daughter.
She's always been in our heart.
Sure.
I can't explain that.
Sorry, I'll go back. This is the aunt. So this is Michelle. This is her dad, who last saw her when she was 3 years old, right? And this is her aunt. So, okay, look, I'll go just from here.
Daughter.
She's always been in our heart. I can't explain that moment walking in and get to put my arms back around my daughter.
Joe Newton and his wife Debra were preparing to move to Georgia in 1983. But when Joe came home, Debra had taken off with their daughter Michelle. She was just 3 years old. Debra's arrest included Michelle learning her true identity. She came home from work to find police at her door, telling her news she never expected.
You're not who you think you are. You're a missing person. You're Michelle Marie Newton.
Michelle learned she had a family who never stopped searching for her. They didn't even know if she was alive.
I wouldn't trade that moment for anything. It was
No.
just like I seen her when she was first born. It was like an angel.
And even with her life completely turned around, Michelle isn't showing anger toward her mother. She just wants to heal and move forward.
My intention is to support them both through this and try to navigate and help them both just wrap it up so that we can all heal and hopefully, there's just apologies and start healing.
Debra Newton is due back in court in January
January 23rd, right? I'm going to link all these clips for you in case you want to watch them yourself as well. Let me just see what I have here. No, we just looked at that one. Okay, there's still this one.
And putting her mother and suspected kidnapper before a judge. Michelle Marie Newton was 3 years old when she was abducted over 40 years ago, and she recently contacted the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office after learning that her true family history while living in another state. Michelle was then reunited with her father Joseph and extended family. Colonel Steve Healy with the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office had this to say about the emotional reunion.
I just go back to saying that is why we do this job. And that is the thanks we get in this job is to see success and victims and families be made whole.
Michelle's mother, Debra, was identified in Florida after a Crime Stoppers tip and appeared in Jefferson Circuit Court with an attorney for her arraignment. Debra now faces a custodial interference charge, which is a felony in Kentucky. Custodial.
Okay, we know that. And also, Lily Wayne said if they got a present for her every year, she's got a lot of opening to do. Someone said, so was Debra never listed as a missing person? No. That's also kind of odd, right? I'm sure we have a lot of questions. Just like she was not listed as a missing person, but Michelle was. Interesting. Okay, so I've got one more clip, then we're going to rewatch that body cam, and then we're done. Then that's everything that we know so far, right? Let me just see what this is. Oh, no. Oh, yeah. Okay, there's one neighbor that speaks here. Hold on.
According to investigators, in 1983, Debra was moving to Georgia with her then-husband, Joe. She left ahead of him to start work and prepare the home, but investigators say when Joe arrived, both Debra and the couple's 3-year-old daughter, Michelle, vanished. And for more than 4 decades, there were no answers.
I can't explain that moment walking in and get to put my arms back around my daughter.
A Crime Stoppers tip led to Debra's arrest by the Marion County Sheriff's Office and this family reunion with Michelle and her father. But neighbors who knew Debra as Sharon say she was happily married and always pleasant. They think there could be more to the story here.
Unless you're in their shoes, you'd never know.
We tried to ask Debra about her family dynamics back in 1983.
Why would you want to give me a card?
Her new husband told us their attorneys advised them not to talk about the case, but that they would fight this in court.
Okay.
And Michelle said she was shocked to learn about her mother's past and that she didn't realize she was a victim until she connected with family in Kentucky and realized all she had missed. But she also said that she wants to look ahead towards this new chapter and she doesn't have any resentment towards either her mother or father.
Wow, which is amazing. I mean, one might think you might be angry or feel betrayed or something, but she's taking a very kind and loving approach. Michelle, the daughter, and she's like, okay, well, let's just figure this out. This is a lot to process, okay? But she has no resentment towards either of them. So, Carla said there's definitely more to the story for sure.
Yeah, and that's what I want to know.
That flew by where somebody said, well, it's a happy ending, so...
I myself, I want to know the whole story. Because I got a feeling this story is going to be one hell of a story. I guarantee it.
What? I know, right? I'm just so happy that, sure, a case of a missing person, a missing child, for 42 years, okay, well, the case is closed. The case is solved now because of a Crime Stopper. Even though I'm sure there's lots of questions, at least there is no grim ending. There's no homicide or abuse or anything like that. It's going to be like a family case, you know what I mean? And the time that, if convicted, that Debra faces in prison would be between 1 and 5 years. That's it. Yeah, so she could, imagine if she pleads guilty and, 1 year? I don't know. So between 1 and 5 years. Now that you know everything that we've just discussed, now let's watch this body cam again. I must say, when her new husband was like, what's going on, Sharon? The way that he asked her is almost like, he might be like, what's going on now? Maybe he's used to a couple of surprises with her, not like this, you know what I mean? But he's like, what? So I don't know if she was, prone to lying or not, or I don't know what her story is. I don't know why she left. We don't know why the father had full custody of the child at the time.
Yeah, and that's what I want to know. Why did he have full custody?
Thought, oh, crap, I'm going to lose my daughter. For whatever reason. We see many cases like that. I'm just glad that then she ran off and started a new life and that her child got to grow up with what sounds like normality. It's just now she's like, wait, what? Like, I have so many cousins, uncles. She's reunited with her dad. That's an amazing story. So she's going to have a really great Christmas, in my opinion, right? Okay, so D says, gee, I just got papers for jury duty. It says from January to April. Damn, that's a long trial. Jan to April. What does that mean even? Like, wow, okay, congratulations. I hope that you get picked. If I cover it, don't watch with us, okay? You're not allowed to. Okay, now, are you ready to watch this one more time? Here we go. Shame on this friend. This friend thought this was hilarious. Like, this is a joke. Like, there's no way. Like, they're coming for you, Sharon. Like, this is going to be the joke of the day. And it's like, oh, crap. They really are going to arrest you. That must have been so shocking, right? Oh, my word.
Hey!
How you doing, Miss Sharon?
Good, how are you?
Pretty good.
Uh-oh, they're coming for you, Sharon! They don't want me.
And the poor friend.
Well, we're here for you, ma'am. Definitely here for you.
And the poor friend thinking that this here was a joke. I feel sorry for the friend, y'all. I'm sorry. I feel sorry for the friend.
Why?
We're waiting on the detective to get here, but we have, with all the information that we do have, you have a warrant for your arrest.
They're teasing. They have to.
Ma'am, we're not.
Oh,
I'm so sorry. Sorry, I pause it there every time because it's just like, they are teasing you. They have to. And he's like, ma'am, we're not. And she's like, oh, my bad. Like, back it up. I'm so sorry. What? Really? For real? This is for real? Like, they really want to arrest her while she's out here walking her dog? Like, what do you mean? So she started a new life. Everybody loved her. You could see her friends are like, what? They think it's like, this is impossible. There's no way you're getting arrested. Wow.
You're okay. Awesome. Go ahead and go home. Thank you.
I don't understand.
Yes, ma'am. So, Sharon, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sharon Nealy? Yeah.
Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to put you in handcuffs, okay?
Can I take my dog in and get my husband?
We'll get the dog. Go ahead and get your husband and we'll get your dog taken care of. Okay.
You want me to hold the leash for now? She's, I don't think she's going to get away from it. Well, you have to do that. I'm not going to...
I got to still put you in handcuffs.
Here, let me have this. I promise I will not hurt your dog under any circumstances. I'm going to be right here with your dog. If you're ever going to put the shoes.
Yeah, you can go to the station.
I didn't do anything. 33, gentlemen. Just a little something 42 years ago, ma'am, when she was 23 years old. So just keep that in mind as well. As you don't know how old the dad is of Michelle, but let's say if they were both like 22, 23, well, one has to consider that as well, rather than just going to, oh man, that husband must have been, I don't know, up to something. We don't know that. She may have just been like young and on the run. Like, I want a new life. I'm breaking up with this guy, even though they were married and had a child. I'm moving on with my life. Who knows? Who knows, right? It's just odd that also she would phone him in 1984 and 1985 a little bit and then just vanished. Wow.
I think it's your watch where it's going to pinch you or anything.
Let him go because I don't have it. I don't know what they're doing.
Well, you guys might not tell me something going on. She has a warrant. All the information that we have. For her arrest. Well, I'm waiting on the detective who can come explain to you just everything in just 1 second, okay? Doing that real quick. Communication on 371. Just if you can
I don't know anything.
I'll have the detective come talk to you.
The new husband. What's going on, Sharon? I don't know anything. Are you sure? I do wonder if in the back of her mind she actually knew, oh crap, this must be about, taking my daughter 42 years ago. Do you know what I mean? Like, do you think in this moment that she had any idea? Also, I do want to say that for anyone that has suspicions, we've seen a lot of cases in true crime and I can understand your suspicions. So by me being a little bit protective of the situation, I just don't want, I think social media is already doing it. They're already like, oh my word, the dad was this and this, you know what I mean? We don't know that. But
we don't know anything.
People say, well, why would a mother run off with a 3-year-old? Something must have been.
And here's the thing. I know people are going to speculate this, that, and the third. But this, right now, is not the time to speculate on anything at this time. Let us stick to the facts and nothing but the facts. Let's finish this out.
Going on there. I get it. It's not like the thought doesn't cross my mind. I'm just like, don't worry. Social media will do what it does, okay? Go look on Facebook. They're doing it. We don't need to do it, okay? People are going to think what they think. We don't know what happened, though. We don't know why she went on the run. They haven't said anything. We don't know why the dad had full custody of the daughter. And so when there are unknowns, I don't really like to fill in the blanks, because it can be so wrong sometimes.
Just 1 second. Okay. We're not in any kind of rush. Just give us 1 minute. I understand you're in the middle of your driveway. If you want to just step by the truck, that's fine, too. Yeah, in the shade. Just give me 1 minute. Mike, not some early units for 10-12. Detained.
The husband was so shocked.
Need a hand? That's all right. He didn't do that.
And it literally ends in a second there. Yeah, that's it. Tina, that's true. You said never give up hope. Happy-ish endings can happen. Yes, happy-ish endings can happen. This is a happy-ish ending, right? I'm sure there's a lot more to the story. Maybe one day we'll know. And if there's anything
that Grizzly Cat and I can get, okay, in this case. Police interviews, if there was one. Is there a full police interview? Is it in Florida? What happened, huh? Did she talk? Or did she lawyer up immediately? I don't know. A FOIA request have been made. It's just like, what are we going to get back? And as for the documents, shame. They don't say much at this point. They're not really telling us much, okay? One of them is like waiver of extradition. Okay, I, Debra Newton, being fully advised of my rights under the statutes of the state of Florida, of the issuance and service of a warrant of extradition, and being further advised of my constitutional rights to obtain a writ of habeas corpus, and being personally charged with the crimes of fugitive from justice in the state of Florida. I do hereby and without reservation and in view of my legal rights in extradition proceedings as heretofore explained to me before this honorable court, waive any and all such legal rights, and to further, by my signature, hereto affixed, consent to this waiver of extradition, and further consent to be returned to the state of Kentucky, there to stand trial on the charges alleged. Was one charge. In further witness of my voluntary unconditional consent, I do further state that my signature below affixed was so signed in the presence of this honorable court, without any threats, promises, duress, or agreements whatsoever, and with full knowledge of my rights as stated above. And there she signed it. She scribble, in a stress state, right? Listen, we do not look. Ask AI assistant on Adobe, which it asks, would you like me to summarize this for you? I'm like, it's pretty summarized. I think we're good, right? It's pretty summarized. Pernille says, I agree with you, chatter. She knew. A lot of you are saying that you think that she knew when when the police were there. She's like, what? I have no idea what I did. Oh, but you know, right? You were just worried that you thought maybe this day would never come, but it did. This one is State of Florida versus Debra Newton, case number, waiver of right to a lawyer. So that is the other one. Those are the only documents so far, okay? Hopefully there will be more things to look at, more answers as we go ahead. And of course, if any family or friends or anyone wants to talk to us or fill me in on some info, firstly, you can email grizzlytruecrime@gmail.com. I keep all my sources anonymous, so if you just want to email anonymously, you can, meaning I won't share your name out there, right? If you want to do an interview or something like that, that's possible. Doesn't have to be on camera. You could do a call or something. You can just email me and we'll make a plan, right? If there's any context to share, information, something like that, we shall see. So if you see anything else about this case as well, do keep me posted. I'd love to continue to follow what's going on here. And, I do think that there should be consequences if you're running off with a child and the other parent. It's like parental alienation a little bit, hey?
Yep.
A lot, actually. Just running
tap
off
screen,
with a 3-year-old, and the father
please.
just never gets to see her again, and
Please
he's looking
tap
for her for
screen.
42 years. That's pretty brutal.
Very.
Depending on the situation, which we don't know much about. So, thank you so much, everyone. I hope that this time I could say I hope that you enjoyed following this case with me, because it is a happy-ish ending, right? It's not so heavy, so yes. Danielle said, gee, your hair is getting long and lovely. Oh, thank you so much. And I appreciate you all being here. Please leave some comments below as well so that I can respond to those too and read your thoughts, as I can't see all the comments during the live chat. So I can't wait to read what you think. Here's my question. Do you think that she knew when they were arresting her what this could be about? Do you think she had a hunch? What other questions do we have? That's about it for now. Anything else that you want to share in the comments. See you soon, everyone. Have a great evening or afternoon or whatever time it is for you. Bye.
All right. See y'all later.